Welcome back, it's me Lou, and I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. And today we are looking at this, the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Infantry. I believe this came out, I just got it, I bought this on Amazon. The prices that are fluctuating on Amazon are, and so far I've seen them anywhere between maybe $26 to maybe as high as like $50. I purchased this one, I think for maybe $27 on Amazon. I don't know the retail distribution of the Classified series, especially for this figure. I believe this belonged with the same wave as, I think, Zartan and maybe Flint and Lady J. So I don't know if these are exclusive to any one store, or if they're an online exclusive, or if you can find them wherever. For me right now, I haven't seen the G.I. Joe Classified series on the shelves very often. Probably the most I've seen them is when they were first released way back in last March and April. But besides that, I've seen the updated repaints of like Scarlet on the shelves maybe once or twice. But I haven't. But beyond that, I haven't really seen the Classified series that much at retail. Period. So this is a figure everyone's been wanting. Everyone wants to army build their Cobra Infantry, and so far we've gotten this. But prior to this, we got the Target exclusive Special Missions Cobra Island, and we all know how difficult it was to get any of the Cobra Island figures. I think beyond Roadblock, most of them were just really hard to get. This especially, I think I heard rumors that they're releasing cases of strictly just this guy, the Cobra Trooper. I might be wrong. Just comment below and just correct me if I am. But this is the kind of like the key, figure you need in your Cobra army. You really want to troop build these. You can't just have one of these guys. At the very least, maybe you just need 2 or 3. But it seems like, in my opinion, every time they release a new wave of Classified series, they need to at least include one of these in the boxes, or 2 of them, because I think people will troop build and army build to no end, and it always kind of surprises me that Hasbro doesn't give us enough of the grunts and the troops. And that could be even said with the Star Wars Black series. Like, they give us the specialized troopers, like the ARC Commandos and the captains and all that, but sometimes all we just want is a plain stormtrooper. Just give us a plain stormtrooper. And just give us a lot of them, because there's someone that's going to be out there that's just going to buy them all up, and they'll always sell. I guarantee you that a plain Stormtrooper, or even just a plain Cobra Trooper, will never warm the pegs. People love to army build, and it always surprises me that they don't make more of these guys or distribute more of them. So, I have... Alright, so this is the one I'm going to open, the more recent release, the Cobra Infantry. And that's because this guy was a pain in the butt to find, and I have a collection of Classified series that are still mint in box, that are hanging on a wall, and you hear me talk about this all the time in my videos. I love displaying a lot of my action figures on card. I get the feels just seeing them when they're on card or in the boxes, and as much as I love fiddling around with them, I just like keeping some of the figures in the box, and this one especially just because it's harder to come across. But since this one's more of a mainline release, and you can find this guy more readily available online, this is the one I'm going to open, the Cobra Infantry. So let's take a look at both of them up close, and first take a look at their packages. So as of this recording, it's June 10th, 2021. This figure here, the Cobra Island one's been out forever. This one's been out for a long time. It's been impossible to find, so I'm sure there's dozens and dozens of reviews of this action figure. Likewise, this has been out for a few months, so I'm sure if you want, you can find better reviews than mine. But for the most part, I just want to open it up, fiddle around with it, and just give you my impressions of it. So yeah. Alright, first off, let's take a look at this one. I love the way this figure is framed in the window. The package is great. You really know what you're getting, and you're getting a lot of bang for your buck with this guy. There is so much going on. He has 2 pistols, he has a knife, rifle, kind of like something that looks like a pulse gun. He has his helmet, and he has this kind of like think that's like more like his rank insignia they could put around his bicep. Beautiful artwork here. I kind of like this more digital painted look for the character portrait. Some of the other ones, I don't mind the comic book ones, but it bothers me when they get a little too cartoony. Like, I think it's the Duke portrait that looks really cartoony, and it doesn't flow well with the rest of the line. But this one looks cool. I dig this one a lot. And we have more concept art here, or character artwork. This is a really nice portrait. And you see a whole bunch of them. Cobra Troopers. On the back, we have Cobra Island. I'm assuming that this might be the Terror Dome. I could be wrong. And, yeah, we have this. Moving on to the Cobra Infantry. So this one's, the first one I looked at was the Trooper. This is the Cobra Infantry. Same deal. You really see what you're getting with this guy. It's framed really nicely. Now, this guy doesn't come with as many accessories. He just has the 2 pistols, the helmet, and the pulse gun, and the knife. He's missing the sniper rifle. This guy had an additional pair of like goggles and the rank insignia. So you're not getting as much as the previous release, but at least this guy is readily available, and you can find him online. If you had to choose between either one of these, I would say, you know, this one has more options. You know, you could do a lot more with it. It comes with more accessories. This is definitely the way to go. But unfortunately, you know, I'm not sure if this is ever going to be re-released or redistributed. But you know, this was a pain in the butt to find. And you know, beggars can't be choosers. And this isn't bad. It's just not coming with as many accessories. One thing I've noticed between these two figures too is that there's some slight differences in the portrait artwork. They're essentially the same, but this guy on the right, the Cobra Trooper, has his goggles on, whereas the Cobra Infantry, there's no goggles. There is a difference in the paint schemes. I'm not sure how well my camera captures this, but on the initial Cobra Trooper release, on his torso, around his Cobra insignia, it's black, so he has a black chest, and in the vest, which is removable, I think it's removable, it's black body armor, and he has black forearm gauntlets, black knee pads, and black boots. And this guy, the new release, the Cobra Infantry, he does away with the black, so he does not have any black at all on his chest, no black on his vest. The only thing that's black on his gauntlets are the straps. And this guy has actually black gloves, whereas this guy has blue gloves. And instead of having black knee pads and black boots, it's kind of more of a neutral blue, muted. It's kind of like a muted gray blue. So this guy kind of has an overall more blue color scheme, whereas this guy kind of has a little bit more black accents on him. And in some ways, it's kind of a cool throwback to the original 80s G.I. Joe Cobra Troopers. Like, if you remember, not all of the Cobra Troopers looked the same. Some of them might have been all blue. Some of them might have had black straps. And they might have all shared the same sculpt, but there might have been slight variances in their color scheme. And that's the case what you're getting here. So I think that's kind of a neat thing. You know, for me, having the all blue guy kind of feels more like infantry. This guy kind of having a little bit more black, he feels a little bit more specialized, especially since he comes with the rank insignia here. Other than that, not a whole lot of difference. The box art's the classic Cobra or G.I. Joe Classified poster kind of deal. It does away with the Cobra Island. And I've said this many times before, it kind of annoys me that these figures don't have a character bio. They kind of just give you these icons, which just indicates their perks, and you just decipher this on the G.I. Joe website. Like, there's a boot, you know, he's infantry, and kind of these symbols kind of list their specialties. All right, let's take this guy out. So as of this video, I actually ordered 2 of these. So I have at least 2 so far. You know, if they drop down in price, I'd like to get maybe at the most I like to have at least, I don't know, 4 to 6 infantry guys. I know there's dudes out there that go nuts and get a whole bunch of them, and likewise, I would too, but I mean, we'll see. I'm not gonna get, I don't want to get too crazy. I just want to get a small handful, just so it feels like I actually have a Cobra army. I'm kind of hoping that on the G.I. Joe end, they kind of release some of the G.I. Joe grunts. You know, some of the more generic looking G.I. Joes. They've done that in the past with the 3 3/4 lines. And what they'd allow you to do is that, like, they'd provide different head options, so you could swap out the heads, so you could create these different generic troops. One thing I forgot to mention is that this guy has a darker flesh tone than the Cobra Trooper. Okay, so we have our Cobra Infantry. I gotta keep on double checking, make sure I'm calling this the right one. So we have the Cobra Infantry. He has his helmet, this pulse rifle looking kind of deal, his knife, and he has 2 pistols. Let's examine the figure up close. Alright, so actually, opening the box, I accidentally pricked my finger. Alright, so examine the figure up close. The sculpting is wonderful. It's what you come to expect from this line of action figure. Hasbro does not disappoint at all in terms of bringing you the details. It's just one of those. It just shows you why this line is so popular. We've been wanting these for such a long time, and they haven't really disappointed at all. I mean, the only thing that's really been disappointing is the distribution of these figures. I kind of wonder if distribution would have been better if we weren't in the pandemic, but, you know, it is kind of what it is. The head detail is amazing. He's not just wearing like a hood or just like a head wrap. There's some nice textures going on here. Nice textures running down the top of his skull. His mouth guard looks nice. Nice texture and sculpting. You have some vents. The eyes look cool. He kind of has like a mean stare to him. The Cobra logo looks good. I like the details, nice and crisp. There's some micro texture on his chest and vest. As I mentioned earlier, it feels like this thing's removable. I'm sure if you kind of like, you know, tried hard enough, or, you know, maybe softened the vest with like a hair dryer or warm water, it'd be more pliable and you could probably remove it. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they give you any option to like take it off via snaps or a strap or anything like that. Because I am curious to see the detail underneath the body armor. Articulation, it feels like a Marvel Legends. Yeah, the rotation goes out. Yeah, this is a great figure. I definitely need at least 2 more of these. Yeah, so all the articulation's there. It's what you really come to expect. The detail's really nice and crisp. And it has one of my favorite things is that the fact that it comes with all these weapons, and you can actually place them on the body of the character. It always annoys me when they give you guns and knives, and they give you these holsters, but then you can't do anything with them. But this guy, all the holsters are fully functional. You can put the knife away. You can put his pistols away. His rifle has a peg on here, and you can plug it into one of these sockets on his back of his vest. It's amazing. And there's another holster up front. And then you can put the trademark Cobra Trooper helmet on him. And yeah, I definitely need more of these. God, this is such a fantastic line of action figures. Hasbro does not disappoint with these. It's like I said, the only thing they've really disappointed us on is just the distribution. For me, it's annoying until no end that that these things go up for pre-order on Target sometimes, and they sell out like in 15 minutes or an hour or whatever it is. There's a boot swivel. Yeah, everything's here. It's ankles move. I'm really hoping that they give us, reasonable vehicles for these 6-inch lines. Like a trouble bubble would be kind of cool. I can't see that being an issue. It's kind of small. I don't think they'll ever give us anything crazy like a HISS tank, but you never know. I mean, through Hasbro Pulse, they might do a crowdfunded thing and they might give us a HISS tank. Yeah, so I mean, if you're into this line, especially if you're like a loose collector and like displaying this on your shelf or detolf or whatever, you need at least, I don't know, 4 of these dudes, and it's great. As much as I love this, I kind of still wish the Cobra Trooper, is this the Trooper? Yeah, I kind of wish the first release, the Cobra Trooper, was still readily available, because I do like the color variation. I like this a lot. But I think it'd be kind of cool to break up your ranks by having, different soldiers in the different color schemes. And if you're even more hardcore, if you buy multiple of them, you can even find ways of swapping out the parts. Like, so the other one has black boots, or this guy has black boots, and vice versa. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful figure. So if I had to rate this guy numerically, easily a 9. That's not being generous either. That's just straight up. This deserves a 9. And if you were lucky enough to get the first release, 9.5 on that, just because of the additional accessories. Nothing about this bothers me. Everything works. It has a very functional vest. It comes with a decent amount of weapons. The body allows for storage of the weapons. The details crisp and amazing. The articulation isn't hindered by anything other than maybe you don't get a full ab crunch just because of this chest protector, but I don't think you're going to complain, if you have this figure in hand. And it's a great modern revisioning of what a Cobra Trooper should look like. This Hasbro really does a great job on these. So, this is kind of a shorter review, but yeah, I highly recommend it. As I've stated, I found this guy on Amazon. I might have paid 27 bucks from. I'm not sure how much this goes for retail in general. I'm guessing these might go anywhere between 19 to 24 bucks at retail, I think. So for me, I was able to stomach paying 27 bucks for it just because I kind of wanted it really bad, and I got tired of just trying to find these things at the stores. So I kind of just just bit the bullet. I'm like, I'm just going to get it now. And I'm very glad I did. I do want more of these. So, right now I have another one that I still need to unbox. The Cobra Island one, unfortunately, I'm probably just going to keep that in package on display with the rest of my carded Joes. Yeah, it's a great time to be a toy collector, especially if you grew up during the 80s. To come this far and then to see your toys realized with modern action figure engineering, it's just great. Like, some of the younger collectors, they don't really know. I mean, the old stuff is awesome too, but if you're around back in the old days, like how much like troublesome some of the old figures were. Like they were made of a harder plastic. Sometimes their thumbs would break off and they wouldn't be able to hold their weapons anymore, or their crotches would crack, or their bands would snap. But this feels like it's gonna last you a good long time. It's beautiful to look at. Yeah, it's such a great thing to be an action figure collector nowadays, especially if you're a G.I. Joe guy. There's kind of like, I kind of believe there's like every 6 years, Hasbro always wants to like dip their toes back into the G.I. Joe pool and give us something. Usually it's around an anniversary or because of a movie, but these 6-inch figures, they really feel like a love letter to like this fans. It's kind of like, you've been with us this long. You waited long enough, you had to sit through Star Wars getting a 6-inch line, Power Rangers getting a 6-inch line, so we're going to give you guys finally a 6-inch line. And it doesn't disappoint. It's awesome. So, let's wrap this up. My name is Lou. Thank you so much for checking out my video. I greatly appreciate it. Feel free to drop by anytime. Take care.